So at Dubas Capital Management, we help our clients to manage their portfolio to provide income throughout retirement that they can't outlive, while also providing for growth in order to stay ahead of the effects of inflation. So let's talk about that. Looking at your portfolio and keeping in mind that we want to manage for income and possibly for growth, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look and determine, number one, how much income do you currently have from any pensions and Social Security, and possibly any income that you may also have, and what does that equate to? So if that's $3,500 a month, and you say that, well, I'd really like to supplement my income by an additional $1,000 per month, we know very quickly how much of your portfolio needs to be allocated towards the income side of the equation and how much may be left over possibly for growth potential. So let's talk about income, because when you talk about income, there's two things that we want to make sure of. Number one is that you have a guarantee of principal. We want to make sure that your income is not fluctuating with the stock market, so that every month, just like your Social Security and your pension check, it's the same amount consistently each and every month. And then secondly, we want to know that we have a guaranteed payment of interest. Well, there's three different places that you can receive those guarantees. So the first is certificates of deposit. And unfortunately today, CDs are more like certificates of depreciation, because interest rates today are at historic lows, and CDs are in the range of about 0.5% to maybe 0.7%. So as interest rates come back, well, CDs will become a more attractive investment option for us. Secondly are bonds, because bonds, when held to maturity, they provide a guarantee of principal as well as a guaranteed payment of interest. Again, though, in today's interest rate environment, bonds offer lower rates than where they did previously. And then the last option are annuities or fixed annuities. And we'll talk more about annuities and how they work here in just a moment. On the growth side of the equation, there's a lot of different options that are available there. Most people, that we talk to have taken advantage of mutual funds, stocks, variable annuities, and then there's a lot of other options that people can take advantage of today, such as real estate, exchange traded funds or ETFs, commodities. A lot of people ask us today about gold and whether they should have a portion of their investment, invested in gold. So regardless of, these growth options, okay, where obviously there's more risk involved, what we like to use at Dubas Capital Management is active portfolio management within each of these categories. And I'll talk more about that as well, active portfolio management, so that we can try to avoid losses within our portfolio. And that's something that's critically important, as we talked about earlier, avoiding losses within your portfolio. Because if you lose 20%, well, the next year you don't need 20% just to break even. You need 25%. So let's take a look at that real quick and make sure that you understand how losses can affect your portfolio.